Welcome to week 232 of our League of Legends Top 5 Plays. My name is Parv and I'm glad you joined me today because we have an awesome video ready for your enjoyment. Following the number 1 play, we have an RP giveaway, so stick around for that, but it's time to join Astrim on Shen with a cross-map number 5 play. We start things off with the friendly Bard who puts himself in a weird spot, getting withered by Nasus, so now he's in trouble. Shen picks up on this and decides to use Stand United to make it a 2v1, but the enemy team was already beelining it to the Baron pit because blue team's Katarina is waiting to respawn. Although Bard and Shen are able to kite the dog around for a free kill, they're doing this at a huge cost, or so we think. Red team shredding Nashor fast, but a ward that's just about to expire gives Shen an object to teleport to as the friendly TF moves into range. All of a sudden, Shen appears and the enemy team panics when the TF ult begins, some of them turning to fight while Caitlyn sits on Baron, and this allows TF and Shen to not only clean up for the triple, but also take the Baron. Great global presence by Shen to go from base to Dragon and then to Baron, making the big plays. Moving along and into our number 4 spot, we have Transforer on Yasuo with a crisp engage that accelerates the game. Dragon's coming up within the next 25 seconds, so both teams are looking to win a fight and take the objective. He has one stack of his Q already and picks up the second from the creep, so he flashes into a 4-man knockup and ult as his team pours in for the follow-up damage. Right off the bat, Azir goes down, quickly followed by Mundo and Elise, but then he lands a sick double knockup which lets Bard get into range for a stun. In the end, his team takes the 4 for nothing, and then Bard actually chases down Jinx to make it an ace while they take Dragon, a tower, and also the inhib. Our number 3 play features Demacia God WCG on Galio, who capitalizes on the enemy team when they overreach. He's all the way up in the top lane, but when his Victor gets caught and then ulted by Bard, he knows the enemy team want this kill, so he starts teleporting in. Victor flashes away, so by the time they try retreating, Galio is speeding in from the side and flash ults perfectly to get all 5 with a taunt. Chaos Storm comes down and Bard follow-up stuns as they basically 4v5 this teamfight with ease, all thanks to the incredible engage. 4 of them go down within moments, and then they secure the ace from Xerath in a crushing 5-0 landslide teamfight. Not only was the flash ult perfect, it just barely gets some of them on the outer edge of the ult, but the ability to recognize and read this situation from the top lane led to this game-winning teleport counter-engage from Galio. Our number 2 play comes from Porigami on Riven, who from what I can tell is the high elo player box, so Manus is the treat to show. They're really even in the top lane, and Riven has her ult, so she all-in combos but can't get the kill because of counter-strike, so she has to flash when he Qs. Knowing all of her cooldowns are much lower than Jax's, she confidently presses forward with an EQ into the brush for the kill. On the minimap, we see the enemy Shyvana coming top lane and trying to finish what Jax started, but when she emerges, Riven gets her 3rd Q ready to anticipate Shyvana's next move. She dragon forms in but gets knocked up mid-air, so to close the gap she flashes, but an instant stun gets Riven under the tower with a sliver of health. With nothing left in her kit, Shyvana is forced to fall back as Porigami chases her, confident with her shield that she won't get cheesed. Things kinda stalemate for a little while because both of them are low enough to die, but they also want the kill, so they look for an opening to commit. Jax starts to teleport in, so it's now or never, and she beautifully animation cancels her Q for the kill as Jax shows up. He wants to get something back after that bloodbath, so he looks to die, but Riven's waiting and ready to prey on his mistake. He Qs, but she shields the damage, turning to stun, so he can't even follow her with Counter-Strike, and this leads to his second death and a very tilted rest of the game. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Wet Nevs on Kalista, beasting it up in a rank 5s match. She's really deep in enemy territory, so they want to cut her off, but she's confident in outplaying her way out of this scenario. She begins stacking spears, but instead of shying away, she moves into the enemy team, flashing to her teammate while sidestepping the hook and continuing to stack with Hurricane. While hopping around, she sneaks in an extra Q on Ezreal before working her way around Thresh's box and then back to dodge Rupture while rending for the double kill. She goes on Shen, stacking more spears before rending again for the triple, and then she uses the tower to go for Cho. He flashes to try and finish her off with red buff the tower and all the creeps, but she kites back well to lock down the quad. Those were some pretty tricky movements by Kalista to dodge a ton of skills while also stacking so many spears, so let's take another look before moving on. Keep an eye out for the spear she throws on Ezreal mid-hopping around and her general pathing to account for the enemy team's attempts to lock her down. Also, I know people might call out Cho'Gath's flash auto when she tower dives, but he thought she would go down between all the minions, the tower, and the red buff auto attack. It was a close one, but the lifesteal mixed with Hurricane is just barely enough for her to get away with the dive and pick up the quad. And for our bonus clip of the week, we have Jace Rules on Janna with a play that doesn't really result in anything, but the jukes here are unique and so worth showing. I have a cool announcement for you guys. For the time being, we put up some new Potato Monster t-shirts and hoodies over at leagueshop.com, and I'll show them towards the end of this video. If you use the code POTATO1, you get 5% off, so I'll be sure to include a direct link in the description below for anyone who may be interested. Besides that, I wanted to thank our amazing fans and sponsors for supporting our channel, and to tie the two together, Skillcapped is running another RP giveaway for you guys, but this time with 2 winners each each winning $25. All they ask is you comment down below letting us know your favorite play from this video. Is it the nasty box out play, or maybe you live and die by the Galio? Whatever it is, let us know and I'll pick 2 comments at random to message and award the RP. For those who don't know about Skill-Capped, I wanted to take a little bit of time to go over the core of what makes the website so good. Let's say you're trying to pick up a complicated champion like Kalista so that you can crush your enemies like Wet Nevs did in her #1 play. Most people wouldn't know where to start and would probably look at streams or text guides to get an idea of what to do on the champ. The beautiful thing about Skill-Capped is that it brings all of this information to a single, very easy to navigate website. As you can see, all I have to do is look up the champion and start progressing through the course, slowly but effectively building myself up. I say effectively because the players who make these courses and all the videos on the site are extremely high elo, so it's always coming from a good source. If you've ever made a champion, you know all the little things add up, and while you might learn something here or there from a stream, Skill-Capped is really detailed with even videos on how to use Kalista's passive in a multitude of scenarios. It's the attention to details combined with how they slowly build you up that makes this hands down the best website I've used to learn about a champ. They're constantly adding new videos and they don't sit on outdated videos from old patches, they always keep it up to date. I'd highly recommend checking out the link in the description box and consider signing up if you like what you see. Thanks for watching, love you all, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of our League of Legends Top 5 Plays. Have a great weekend everyone, and I'll see you next time.